Good morning. It's Wednesday, my dudes. 7 days till I have to have this car going so I can test it on the Thursday of next week. So I can compete in G1 on the Friday. Make sure the car's driving good before I do that. So, where are we at? Motor box is out. Basically all the interior's out. Rear cradle's out. Coilovers are out. I left my keys inside. It's alright, I can climb through the back. Yes, this is how empty it's looking. So, this morning, all I want to do is remove the cage. Once I've got the cage out, then I can remove that bar there that holds the dash in place. Once I remove that, then that whole body harness, that goes along there and up over the dash can come out. And then I'll remove the blower motors. I do want to put those in the new car because in winter here it gets freezing. And when driving this car on the street, actually even on the track, it's nice to have a heater. I don't care too much about the aircon, even though it gets extremely hot here as well. But yes, that's the strat this morning. Once all that's out, I'll pull the tail lights out. And I will pull the whole front K-frame out. I'll pull the booster out, pull the clutch master out. I'll pull the wiper motor out, probably remove the wiper blades. Everything basically that needs to come out of this to go into the new shell, I'll pull out. But basically I want to have this shell completely stripped out so I can just have it on some stands. And then, realistically put it up for sale for someone who might want this rail or the bottom rad support. The doors, the hatch, the sunroof, or if they plan to fix the shell, which I was going to do, and they'd have to put a whole new rail in this side, which who knows, I might end up doing that myself. But at this stage, that's not the strategy. The strategy is just getting the car sorted, everything stripped out, the car moved, and then I can put that car where this car is and start reassembling everything back into that car. The guys from GK Tech reached out to me, as I mentioned to you guys yesterday. They've sent express shipping from Australia, a whole bunch of stuff. I'd have to go through the list, but they've sent me some braided brake lines front and rear. They've sent me braided brake lines for the engine bay. They have sent me some caster arm reinforcement weld-in brackets. They've sent me some cradle risers so I can get rid of these old bushes, put cradle risers in it. They've sent me a rear brace kit to brace up the rear cradle. What else have they sent? They sent me lots of stuff, so a massive thank you to those guys. Anyone watching this video has surely heard of GK Tech or used their products in the past. They do lots of stuff. Originally from Australia, I think they're in the American now, also in Japan. Doing small bits and pieces here, but yeah, love their products, love their stuff. If you need anything for your car, be sure to jump over to their website and have a look. But you'll see more of them as I unbox their stuff and put it all in the car. But for the time being, let's get into the rig. Cage is out. Just got all the wiring harness disconnected off this thing and unbolted. I really try to salvage all these little clips because I'd like stuff to sort of clip back where it's meant to go. You don't have to do it that way if you are doing something like this, but it gives you good reference when you're putting stuff back together to be like, oh yeah, that looks like it clips there and that looks like it clips there and blah blah blah. Otherwise you cut these off and then you kind of don't have any reference points, and then you got to re-zip tie stuff on, and then that might not be long enough to go where it needs to and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys are doing something like this, that's my word of advice. Not that anyone should really be planning to crash their car into a wall and have to reshell it, but yes, here we are. That's all the loom out. It's all over that side now, so I just need to undo a couple more clips under there. And this harness here, actually, one goes this way and one goes that way. So I've got to get the carpet out first to do that. So to get the carpet out, I still need to get underneath there to get that out. So I'm going to have to take this airbox out. So I'll get this airbox out now. Then I'll get the carpet out. Then I'll get the loom out. And then we should be done interior wise, I think. I don't know if my other one has a roof lining, but this is obviously sunroof. Let's have a look. Oh, it doesn't. Sick. So, kind of need a roof lining now too. Not necessary to do skids, but I do like to have an interior at least from this part of the car forward. That way it feels like you're a gangster on the street all the time because you have a nice car with full interior. I also stripped the interior out of my S14 once, and it was incredibly hot and loud after I took everything out. So I don't want to avoid that because I'm getting old. Can you hear that? Bridget's talking to me on the camera. She's laughing now.
What are you doing?
I'm pulling my car apart. What are you doing?
Setting up cameras. I want to see if I can make the alarm go off.
Jeez, alright. We're not waiting for the alarm. Oh shit, it's going off. Alright. Bridget's just setting up cameras now around the house. So that we can know if small Japanese people try to come steal our stuff. However, Japan's very safe. It's, however, we have had friends who have had stuff stolen kind of in the area, so we're taking all the precautions we can. Cameras, and we've got good neighbours next door that we've been able to talk with, and we're like, if you see anyone sus, just run out there with like a machete and scare them away, or call the police. That would be nice. And they're like, yeah, that's okay. We gave them chocolate, so they're stoked. Alright, let's keep going with this interior. Pole's getting a bit insane now. Pole motor's out. Exhaust, tail shaft, cage. Heaps of stuff in the bin. Engine. Body loom for the front of the car. Gearbox. Interior pieces. Computer. Salvage pile. More interior pieces. Rear cradle. Parts I've ordered. More interior pieces. Empty shell almost. Looking nice and bare. Time to get this carpet out. Get the rest of that body harness out. Strip the rest of the bits and pieces off and get this shell out of the way. Leaps and bounds. Stoked with the progress thus far. Still haven't worked out how I'm going to get that off the truck yet, but yes. There is actually a neighbour who has a tractor over there. I wonder if I'd be able to convince him with some gifts to help me out. We'll see. Let's keep going. Carpet's out. Starting to look very Shelly-like now. Starting to sound very shell-like. When you close the door, it's super tinny. I was hoping to find some goodies. Like usually, because the carpet kind of folds back here, stuff falls down there, and where the ashtray is, you know, like you can pull that out. Sometimes stuff falls down. No goodies whatsoever. Devoed about that. All I found was an old Japanese durry. So, yeah. Not happy about that, eh? It's landing. Oh, my Pringles. It's a bit windy here at the moment. Shit. Alright. Let's get this body harness out. Let's get that engine harness passed through the firewall. Wonder if the doors have looms on them. It looks like they do. Yes, that means I don't have to take the looms out of the doors, because that's an annoying task. But look at that. Odds of it being cut, high. Not cut, stocked. This thing's looking a bit shabby as well, but don't know if I want to go replacing that stuff. Probably should, seeing as I've come this far. The shell's so clean, I'm stoked. I'm not stoked to like be drifting it. I'm like, these things are getting hard to find. Be nice to just have this as a cool street car. Never had a crash in the back, never had a crash in the front. Only bit of rust in it is on the hatch. Yes, clean. Alright. Let's keep getting this done. Engine harness is out, body harness is out. Lots of wiring. Here's the engine harness here. Body harness for from the firewall to the back of the car. Body harness through the firewall over the front of the rad support. Yes, lots of wiring. Lots of stuff. Sheesh. Let's strip the rest of this engine bay. Get all the other little bits and pieces out of the car into a pile. And then let's get this shell out of the way, work out how we're going to get that off, and start piecing it all back together. Good morning. So, it's the next day. My apologies for not getting back to you guys sooner. I had to go and organise some welding gas for my MIG, because we're going to have to be doing a fair bit of welding in the next coming days. And getting gas here in Japan is an absolute mission, not to mention how expensive it is. To give you an idea, I used to buy, I think it's a G, which is about this tall, in Australia for like $62 to have it refilled, and I paid $16 a month for bottle storage, and I didn't have to give a deposit for the bottle. Here in Japan, you have to have a $300 deposit for the bottle, and to get the gas bottle refilled is $138, and you pay $7 a month rent. So yes, it's astronomically more expensive. But I'm up now, and just walked out. Someone else's car's here. Who's here? I think this is Jake's car. He's come to help me get the 180 off.
Hey mate.
Look at him. He's ready. Coffee in hand. What are you doing?
Come to look at the freaking messy, mate. You idiot.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Alright. Well, you heard him. The mess is here. I'm thinking we'll back the 180 up to that pole, lower the ramps down, and then attach something to the pole and pull it off slowly. Hopefully it stays on top of the tyres. And then once that's done, I have no idea how we're going to move it from there over to here. But yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. So we just had to push start the truck down the hill because the battery was flat.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had to push
we
it.
had to.
Who was sitting in the bloody
It was a team effort. It was a team effort. I had to do the driving. He had to do the pushing. We. All right, let's. Oh, what's your straight? You reckon we'll just pull it straight back off here?
Yeah, I'm feeling strong.
You did just push the truck. He's warmed up. He's ready to go. All right, let's get this done.
Well, we got it this far. What's next?
I reckon we jack it off.
That's definitely not helping. Oh, I suppose I gotta lift that, eh?
Yeah, I think once we've jacked it off,
Oh.
we can lift the back of that up.
You film me jacking
All
it.
right, yeah. Look at it. Look at this guy. What a tank. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, you're good. Sheesh.
That was the light bit.
Yeah.
This bloke's been freaking lifting the whole car.
What can I
I'm
say?
not doing anything.
Never skip leg day, me. No, you'd never know.
I'm jumping the gun here.
Oh, yeah, we've got some dollies. Bridget's going to get the key for the shed. We've got some dollies. We'll put them under the back and keep
How many
pulling it
days,
back.
mate, to get it running?
Today's Thursday, is it?
Yes.
So I want it running by next Wednesday night so I can test it on Thursday before G1 on Friday.
Oh,
We've got 6 days.
Yeah, that's a good time, mate.
Yeah, I think so.
Meanwhile, doing work and everything
Yeah.
else.
Still got to get that done.
Oh boy. I took one look at that thing and like just straight to the tip. I'm sorry to whoever owns that, but I can't look at something like that and go, that's salvageable. This I can.
This is nice shell.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
And it was automatic. So, actually, have you shown them like this is how you know it's never been drifted. It's still got the lip here.
That's right.
That means it's never been
Yeah, it hasn't even been beaten back.
No.
Yeah.
Not a single
Man.
freaking. Oh.
She's still got the auto shifter in there, mate. Must have been a drag car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mickey
Yeah.
T's.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Bridge has got the, yeah, alright. Bridge is onto it.
Oh, okay. You trust them?
Yeah, mate, we lifted a time machine with those. That weighs more than the car.
It looks like what you wheel your dinner out on.
Yeah, there you go. Good to go. We'll race him down the hill afterwards.
The bearings don't even work with your weight. What's it going to do with this?
Alright, let's do this. Got a pallet under there now. Yeah, the wheels were sideways. Now, oi! Yeah. He wants to do it like the truck, push it down the hill. What a tank, look at this guy. He's using all of his built.
I'm worried about it going flying down the hill.
You animal!
Get this down and get this.
Look at Bridget doing the Tetrising. Alright, yeah.
Good. Fuck yeah.
And then we could just,
It's lighter than I thought.
yeah. Then we could just,
Oh, nah, it's heavy as, bro. Nah, that won't work. I'd rather just walk it.
yeah, okay.
Lift the back, I get a roller under the car.
Oh, I think.
Well, once it gets to that lip, it's probably going to get stuck.
Very good.
Oh. Alright. Who needs a welded dolly? Yay!
Good job, bro.
Yeah. Thanks, babe.
No worries.
Alright, well, we'll take a photo of standing on the new shell, like on the roof or something, so like you can really, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Into
No,
it.
you need to get in there too.
Me?
Yeah.
Someone's got to take the picture.
No, we'll set up a little time.
Oh. Do the clicky thing.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, you do it. Well,
And then we'll hang on. We're gonna get it. Where you reckon you'll finish it?
over there. Yeah, where that shell is.
Okay. Oh no, we'll get the. So you got to remember
I'm going to stand next to that tree about...
this line.
Alright, yeah, that's alright, yeah.
0.6 fisheye,
Alright, yeah.
and it's 3. Oh, hang on. I think you just.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Just gone to the Family Mart for some goodies. Got some French toast, ham and cheese and lettuce sandwich, Snickers, a couple of energy drinks. The harsh reality of today, guys, is that I am just not feeling it. Just the thought of being able to sort of kick back, play some Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation in the house where I'm nice and warm is a big temptation, I can assure you. As you guys are aware, I work super hard in regards to driving and being able to drive, and some days I'm just like, man, I just want to just sit back and relax. But you know, the harsh reality of this is that there's just no time to do that. If I want to get this done, and if I want to get it done in time and drive, then I'm going to have to just give up that luxury of being able to be like, oh, today so I'm just not feeling it. So, you know, I get a lot of comments from people being like, man, you got so much motivation, and you know, you motivate me, and that makes me really happy that, you know, I can motivate other people to get off their ass and go and work on their drift car so they can go do skids, because at the end of the day, drifting is what makes me the happiest out of anything that I can do on this planet. which is why I work so hard to just continually be able to do it. I invest every single cent I earn into being able to continue driving. And you know, I get other comments that are like, oh man, you're so lucky, you know, that you've got all this sort of stuff. And you know, it's I can't say 10 times out of 10 it's these types of people, but 9 times out of 10, the types of people that say to me, oh man, you're so lucky that you've just, you know, you've got all these cars and you've got all this stuff, and like, you know, you're lucky. It's like, luck has nothing to do with this. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I've never done a drug in my life. Until I moved to Japan, I had visited one other country. I spend literally every single cent of money that I earn on drifting and on cars. And the people that are always usually like, oh man, you're so lucky, are the people that are out every weekend doing drugs, partying, pissing their money up against the wall. And then, you know, they kind of have this mentality that like, oh, you must have just been given this stuff. It's just like, well, no, if you do the calculations and you spend $300 a week on drugs and $200 a week on alcohol and $100 a week on cigarettes, and you do the math and you're spending 30k a year on nothing, you know, essentially to feel like shit. Because, you know, whenever I do drink, which is maybe 2 or 3 times a year, I'm not waking up the next day feeling like I want to work on my drift car. I can promise you that much. So yeah, just this is kind of like a bit of a reality check as to like what it takes to just be able to do what I'm doing. And that's just giving it your absolute everything, not giving it your 95%. It's giving it your everything, because let's face it, drifting's not supported realistically like any other motorsport. Drag racing's a lot more supported, circuit racing's a lot more supported, motocross, you know, it's all it's all a lot more supported than drifting. So unfortunately, we're never going to be given the leg up. So you've just got to make those opportunities happen for yourself. So I hope this motivates even just one person to just get off their ass and work on their car, because drifting is amazing. Drifting makes me happy. I'm sure drifting makes you happy. So yeah, get off your ass after watching this video and go work on your car so you can go drifting. I'm gonna go work on a car. Moose shells there. Old shells here. Just gonna get the pedals out, steering column out, and then I'll leave the door cards in there for the time being, but they do need to come out. And I'll get the interior pieces out of it as well, and kind of in a pile. I'll leave the mirrors on for the time being, but they will be going on the new shell. Once that's done, I'm going to, I wonder if it has bonnet. Damn, it doesn't have bonnet hinges, so I have to take the bonnet hinges out. But I can leave the plenum cover on, and I can leave the wipers on, and the wiper motor on, because this shell obviously has it. I can actually leave the booster. Oh, this booster's not connected. I'll have to bolt that in, but that's okay, I can just bolt it in. So I'll leave the booster in there as well, which is one less thing to take out. However, depending what I do with this shell, I'll take the booster out so I can sell it with the brake pedal. I'm trying to accumulate as much money as I can from this shell, because this crash endeavour has obviously cost me lots of money. So yes, let's keep chipping away, let's keep getting it done. What's my goal for the end of the day? Having a thought now, realistically, I'll put the new shell in this shell's place, jacked up on jack stands, with the steering column in, the engine harness in, maybe not the engine harness in yet, steering column in, yep, maybe not the steering column in. I can't really put the steering column in last because it all goes underneath the dash. I'd like to have a rethink about it, but I'd like to keep the steering column out until I spray the engine bay. because then I don't need to sort of tape it and spray around it, and it's a little bit annoying to do. But it would be nice to have the steering column in, then I can put the dash in, then I can put the body harness in, and then once that's in, I can put the carpet in, I can put my seats in. Even putting my seats in is annoying because I want to paint the cage. So yeah, I could basically put the whole interior back in other than the seats, which I'd be happy with that amount of progress. Fuel tank, I could put that in as well. Yeah, I don't know. I need paint. Yes, I need paint. All right, let's keep going. Just going to take the brake booster out, and yeah, I can't because it's stuck in there because the tub is so bent over. Also, just found this. That's the brand new steering rack I just put in it, so that's fucking sick. It looks snapped off. That's really fucking annoying. So, gonna need another new steering rack. Thankfully, I don't need another new windscreen. That windscreen cost me fucking heaps. In Australia, I used to get these fitted for like $340, including the windscreen. Here, $800. Joke. I'm gonna hammer the shit out of this out of the way so I can get that out. And then I'll get the brake lines out and then zip tie them all together, and then maybe put the booster and the brake lines together and sell that as a package. To be like, you can buy all the brake lines, all of it together, it's good, it's a good deal, please buy it, I'm poor. So yeah, hammer that out of the way, get that out, get the fuel line off, take the fuel filter and bracket off, and then probably put the wheels on it and undo the actually leave the coilovers in initially, undo the 2 bolts to lower the subframe down, disconnect the caster arms, and then undo the coilovers, and I'll just drop the whole K-frame out together, keep it together, wheel it over there to the garden to gurney it off so it's nice and clean. Yes, still lots to do, running out of time. Let's keep chipping away. Front K-frame is about to come out. Everything is undone. Brake lines are undone. That side might be an issue because of how bent that part of the rail is. This side kind of just all bent together, so that side should come out alright. But yeah, I've got this sorted now. The only thing holding it in there is the jack stands, so I'm about to jack the front of the car up, move those jack stands to the sides of the seal panels. Once I move them to over there, then realistically I can start letting that jack down. The whole thing should come down. I've put the wheels on it to make it easy to roll. That might actually get in the way with the coil over there, but we'll see. Might need to jack it back up and take the wheels off so I can get it down low enough to roll it out of the way, but yes, that's where we're at. Show you guys what it looks like after I've pulled it out. It's out. Thankfully I was able to leave it all together. Yes. I have to wheel it. Oh, sheesh. Wheel it over there and give it a gurney before it all goes back in. But yeah, stoked that that's out. I'll get Bridget's help to balance it all out while we wheel it over there. But for the time being, I'll move it maybe there just so it's out of the way, and then keep getting the rest of this out. I'm probably going to beat the shit out of that tower now so I can get that booster out. And then all I really need to do is just get those fuel lines out, clutch slave off, and then yeah, that's it for the engine bay. I'm going to leave the wiper motor in there with the wipers and the front caster arm brackets at the moment because that's not of priority. And then we'll get into what else do we need to do in here. I don't think we really need to do anything in this. That's probably going to be me. I'll probably start I still need to get the fuel tank out actually, and that's probably got a fair bit of fuel in it, so that's going to be heavy and annoying. Still need to get that out, and then I can move this shell. We'll swap places. I'll move that over move this out. We don't have any more rollers, so I might need to go down to the home centre, which works for Bridget because she needs to get stuff from down there, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put a pole in the ground.
Oh, over there, so we can run some power from the house to the pole, from the pole into the shed, power from the shed down to a power point so we can power the time machine. Alright. We'll keep chipping away. All stripped out, guys. All stripped out. It's the interior done. Still need to get the door cards off. Window motors. Again, that side. Maybe those little mounts there for the dash to mount onto. And that seat belt. And then just this B-pillar interior pieces, because I don't think the other one has them, but the boots fully stripped out. Everything's done there. Nothing else to take out. Fuel tank's out. This is the pile. Lots of stuff. So, about to work out how to get this out of the way. Move it, we'll move this sideways, then we'll move this forward and maybe further down there, and then move this back in. Bit of Tetrising. But, massive progress. Let's get to moving stuff around. Alright, how do they do this? It's like something like give you guys a full update. New shells here. All the parts are here. Dead shells there. So I'll go through everything that has come off the car. It's actually quite the list. Rear fenders, rear cradle, front K-frame, exhaust, steering column, tail lights with the center garnish and the under garnish there, airbox, tail shaft, carpet, roll cage, dash bar support. That's the the clutch dampener. That's all going to get deleted because I've got a GK Tech braided line coming to go directly from the master to the slave. Fuel filter, I think I already said that. Brake booster, brake master, clutch pedal, brake pedal, accelerator pedal, front spacers, body harness for the back of the car, body harness for the front of the car, air conditioning interior pieces, motor and gearbox, more interior pieces through here, all the stuff that came off the car that I could salvage, fuel tank, dead shell, fresh shell. Let's get stuff moved around and start reassembling. Still small bits and pieces of the interior that I need to pull out, mainly just on the A and B pillar and the door cards, but other than that, this is ready to go. Bridge is starting to get into her car. We've started welding some stuff up and getting some chain on that, so she's pulling that out. So I'm about to take this off the front jack stands, as you can see. I'm about to lower that. Not sure how that's going to go. I'm kind of expecting the back to just fall off, but if it does, that's okay, as long as it doesn't run into the shed. Might get Bridget to assist me, but I'll let this down, then jack the back up, let that down, and then I'll work out a way to kind of pull it through here and then maybe go back into there. And then I'll put that there, back up on stands, and then we'll start, give that a vacuum in the interior, start assembling all the interior together. Yeah, I've got to keep hustling. So we've got the front now sitting on some wood, just down there, and I've just jacked the rear up. It's a bit dodgy, look at this. It's into the rear hangers, so I'm hoping this piece of wood doesn't snap. I'm about to lower it down. Kind of steer clear and sit back a little bit. Actually, I'm going to move this because last thing I want to do is get oil everywhere if this does fall off. But let's get that going. Down. That's worked good. Alright. Perfect. Now I'll put something under the front to get the front rolling. I should be able to just pull it around with the jack, maybe. We'll see.
Whoa. Don't think too much.
baby.
No problem.
Bridget, the steerer, got us all the way to there. How good's that? Stoked. Now to get the other one in there. Give it a sweep, clean up all the oil, and then we'll have a new fresh bay to go with, and we'll slide it in, start getting everything else in. The night shift has begun. Give you guys a little intro into the new shell. So, it wasn't auto. Lots of crap in here, so I've just got the vacuum cleaner. Let's start vacuuming everything out. Cleaning everything out. In prep to start putting the interior of the other one in. This was a CA shell. It's seemingly never been crashed. Super straight rear end. Guards have been rolled ever so slightly. Very clean shell. I am stoked. Little tiny bits of surface rust kind of in these areas, but I'll give them a spray up with this rust converter. But yeah, it's a very tidy shell. I am stoked. Very clean underneath. Must have never come up north where there's salt on all the roads. But yes, what I'm going to do now is run around with the inox, spray every hole that I need to bolt something into so that it's nice and lubed up for ready to receive parts. And then I'm going to get to vacuuming the interior out and start assembling the interior back together, because I'm not waiting on anything to do that. And the only thing I'm waiting on to put the cage back in is paint, which is on the way. But I can put the carpet in, the blower motor in, the body harness in, and then the steering column in. I'd like to leave the steering column out for when I spray the bay, because as you can see, there's a steering column kind of comes out where that hole is, and if it's not in there, it makes things very easy. But yeah, I also want to change the brake booster. This one is for CA, actually, CA shell. And I think that brake booster might be a little bit better, but I'll do some research before looking into that. This one's big and flat, whereas the other one's more of a BM44 style. Excuse me. And then I'm going to take the brake lines out, because I've got some GK Tech braided ones coming, and then start taking all the little grommets and all this sort of stuff out of the bay. I want to drill the spot welds on that to remove that, on that to remove that, and then I'll probably do the same on the battery tray, remove that, put the battery in the boot, although the battery will just fit here now. So maybe I should just put it back in the front. That would make things easy. That way my seat can recline, because at the moment it was behind my seat and it was super cooped up. I am very tall, so struggling to get in there. But yeah, lots of small decisions to be made. I'm super excited. Let's get into getting this shell done. Is that not scary as shit? Jeez. Alright. Look at all the goodies I've got. Head away. shine bright like a diamond so you guys can see. This is the cover for the clip for the fuel pump. Cute little car. They call these smoke bombs. When you go for shotgun, if you don't have a smoke bomb, game over. You don't pass. Found this cute little badge. And this sumo wrestler. He's a little suction cup Johnny, so all those are definitely going on the car, and along with all these bolts that I found. So yeah, if you guys do watch my vlogs, you will understand how much that will mean to me to just have found all those bolts, because I have no spare bolts here, and now I've got lots of them. Stoked. So I'm going to remove this aerial wiring. It's got this random aerial on the outside here. Look at this thing. Remove that, remove the wiring, vacuum the interior, and then start slamming everything back together. I'm getting pretty hungry, so I might get some dinner soon. But if I do, I'll keep you guys posted. Ah, my battery just went flat on the torch. Dog.